kind of chilly out, which of course is a perfect excuse to put that crock pot to use. Do you like beef stew? I know I do. Come on. I'm going to show you how to make it. I prefer to start dinner early in the morning. For beef stew, you're going to want to use the big crock pot so you have leftovers. You're also going to need a frying pan to brown the meat and the veggies, a little bit of Wesson oil. For seasoning, you're going to want some pepper, some salt, and of course, Lowry's seasoned salt. Your ingredients will include the beef, some potatoes, some carrots, a little bit of celery, a little bit of onion, and some peas. Let's make dinner. Set that puppy to high. Turn on the flame. Add some oil to the pan. Add the meat. Don't forget to rinse your hands after touching the meat. Add salt and pepper to taste. I always add more pepper than anything. Add a bit of Lowry's. Brown the meat all the way through. While the meat is browning, prep the crock pot. Grab a cup, fill it up with some water, add a little parsley, add a lot of pepper. I always add a lot of pepper. Add some salt, and then some seasoned salt. Stir it up. And then pour it into the crock pot. And then add about 3 more cups of water without seasoning. Alright, meat's almost brown. Put your beef in the crock pot. And then put the frying pan back on the stove. And then just stir it up a little bit. Put the lid on. And then in a little bit, you're going to add some veggies. Remember the golden rule when it comes to vegetables. Always, always, always wash them off first and scrape off all the outer layers. You just don't want to deal with any bacteria of any kind in your dinner. Alright, peel the potatoes. I find that if you do it like an assembly line, it really helps get things going kind of quickly. There you go. Just rinse, peel. And then after you get that all done, chop them up. Now chop up the veggies and prepare them for the frying pan. It's stew, so big chunks is okay, you know, just go for it. I'll try to... It will break up while it's in there. And this is where all the flavoring comes from, these veggies. So make them big. And see, when you do it like an assembly line, it just moves so much quicker. Alright. After the veggies are chopped, throw them in the frying pan. Start the flame and add the veggies. First potato, then your carrots, then the celery, and then the onions. Just a touch of oil, a little salt and pepper, and a little more Lowry seasoning salt. I like to brown my veggies before I put them in the crock pot just because I feel it's just a little tastier. Time to put the veggies in the crock pot. That's right. Get them all in there. And now they can just simmer all day long. There you go. Don't that look good? And then, yeah, put the lid on and go do what you got to do for the rest of the day. Do your cleanup. All right, dishes are done. Cleanup is done. Go ahead, check your dinner one more time. Give it a little stir. It's going to be cooking for about 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. The longer, the better. When you get back, you're going to add a can of peas and maybe even a spoonful of flour. We'll see. Okay, we're going to add the peas. Make sure you drain the juice, because you don't want the juice. It's got plenty of juice in there already. Get them all in there. And then blend it in. Currently, it kind of looks like vegetable soup, huh? Yeah. It's got to thicken up a little bit, and that happens when the potatoes start falling apart. And then you are going to probably add just a tad of flour, so it's kind of like gravy-ish. First, add a little bit of milk. Add the flour. Add a little more pepper. Mix it all up. And pour it in kind of slow there, you know, so you can stir it up and thicken it up. Keep adding and stirring until it gets as thick as you want it to be. Yep. Get it all in there. The thicker the better when it comes to beef stew. There it is. Now it's thickening up. Test the tenderness of the meat. There you go. It's doing good. I should have added more potatoes to this, but I only had 3, so it's a bit on the shy side with the potatoes in this one. Indeed, more potatoes would have made this thicker, but it's still going to be pretty tasty. Pretty good, but yeah, lacking in potatoes, so I'm going to change my original concept, and I'm going to be grabbing a bowl, but I'm going to grab a plate and a fork and a knife this time. Yeah, the beauty of cooking, you can change the menu if you want to. I'm going to make this be like the old-fashioned shit on a shingle. Yeah, I wish I had put in more potatoes, or I had more potatoes to put in, but this will be good. Beef stew over toast with not as many potatoes as I would have liked. Dinner is ready. As always, grab something to drink. Okay, dinner is ready. It's not what I originally planned, which was just basic beef stew, but since I didn't have enough potatoes and I turned it more into a gravy mixture, it'll work, you know. Thank gosh I had some bread, because anything can instantly become shit on a shingle if you want it to. Yeah. Beef stew over bread. I think it'll work. You know, try it if you don't have enough potatoes, you know. The beauty of cooking, you can change the menu at the last second if you need to. As long as you have some bread. It's good. Thanks for joining me for dinner. Let me know if you try this version.